Tonight, we're asking questions about a small house in Edinburg and its connection to voter irregularities. We wanted to know how a place rented to two people became a home for 11 registered voters. Our investigation found at least one of those registered voters actually lives outside city limits.
Tonight, we're not the only ones taking a hard look. We can confirm the Texas Rangers are investigating voter fraud in Edinburg tied to the November 2017 election. Channel 5's Michael Scott started digging. Here's what he found.
We got a tip and information from a viewer. We took that tip and started digging. It took hours of crawling through these forms. They're voter change of address and new voter registration forms in Hidalgo County. But we were able to confirm and expand on the information we were given. It all started with those registered voter change of address forms in Hidalgo County. We got them through an open records request. We uncovered one address over and over. 11 people say they live here. It's a small blue frame house on Faith Street within Edinburgh city limits.
It's really a bedroom and a half that they have there. They turned the living room into a bedroom.
We tracked down the owner of the home. We're concealing that identity. The property owner tells us they rented the home to two people with 3 young children. Those 2 people were recently evicted. We found a mess at the home. Political signs were scattered all over, hanging on fences or laying on the ground. Trash left for the homeowner to clean up inside and out. The property owner gave us permission to go inside. You can see just how small it is.
The other names I was reading off to you earlier, those people do not live there.
No, they don't. Or they shouldn't.
In the months of August and September 2017, we noticed 5 people either changed their address or registered to vote using this home. Their addresses all changed prior to the election. In all, 11 people are now registered to vote from this address. We checked. Those 11 people voted in Edinburgh in November during the city's election. We continued to follow the trail. September 25, 2017, a man submitted a change of address form. He used the address of this home on Faith Street. That same man also registered to vote from a home outside of Edinburgh's city limits in 2016. We wanted to know more and went to the rural address to ask questions. There, we were told the man we asked for lived on Faith Street, but Hidalgo County property records show the man we asked for actually owns this rural home. We also learned a campaign worker claimed the Faith Street address on a change of address form on September 26, 2017. It wasn't the only form we found that woman's name on. It also appeared on Mayor Richard Molina's campaign finance report. It says he paid her nearly $4,000 for working on his campaign. And there isn't anything wrong with that. Campaigns pay people for their labor. The property owner tells me that woman has never lived there. Another change of address form from another person registering to vote out of the home on Faith Street had then mayoral candidate Richard Molina's registrar number on the form. We wanted to ask Molina what he knew about this. We submitted a request for an interview. It was declined. But an elected official did talk to us. We looked at the campaign finance reports of several candidates. We learned Hidalgo County Precinct 4 Commissioner Joseph Palacios paid $1,000 to the woman claiming to live on Faith Street, the same woman Molina paid to work on his campaign. So we reached out to Commissioner Palacios.
At that time in November, I think it was just after the city race, we provided a $1,000 retainer to retain her as well as all of her workers.
Palacios even showed us the contracts he had with this woman. Shortly after the contract was signed, Palacios canceled it.
There was all this talk about potential fraud, misrepresentations, and part of our retainer, they have to sign a contract. And in that contract, there's a disclaimer about them following all federal, state, local election laws, and we felt that because of the questions that were out there in regards to that previous election, that we felt it was in our best interest to discontinue our contracts.
He says he wanted to make sure to run a clean campaign, taking no chances. Again, we reached out to Edinburgh's public information officer requesting an interview with Mayor Richard Molina. We wanted to see what he knew and give him a chance to explain. Our request was denied. Coming up on Channel 5 News at 10, one woman we talked to as part of our investigation is admitting she voted illegally, and she's pointing the finger at an elected official. That story is tonight at 10. In the studio, Michael Scott, Channel 5 News at 6.
Another note to Michael's report: the address you use on your voter registration form is the address where you actually live. In Texas, you can't be registered at 2 separate addresses at the same time. You have to pick one. If caught giving false information, you can face up to 180 days in jail, a fine up to $2,000, or both.